But I think that also means we're recording.
Hey!
What are you doing?
We're live.
What actually? Like,
why are we having...
I muted Brian. It's muted.
You didn't mute
Brian.
there.
It's muted on the computer.
Yeah, but it may also still read the audio.
It's not muted on my phone, however. We're just gonna close that
Instant
one out.
replay.
Fantastic.
Welcome to episode 22.
How does this confounded technology work?
I feel like since we've been doing this for 21 episodes now, we should have this down.
This is 22.
Well, yeah, this is 22.
Really?
Oh,
Matt,
Vape,
go away.
Vape Nation. Intern,
Over
go
there.
away.
You're
That-
banished to the corner.
That's a very bad intern. Bad intern. No money for you.
That was like, we have a friend who brought somebody with them to...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
a sporting
can we
event.
please, Can we
A
please
sporting
talk
event
Can
that-
we please talk about the sporting event?
The sporting event we
entire-
went to.
Were they stoned?
No.
No, but he vaped, and then he asked us the question,
Shucking
do you
clouds,
want to see
bruh."
some clouds? And then proceeded to blow
He
clouds.
actually said, "You want to see
yes,
some crowd?"
and then
Yes.
proceeded to blow clouds everywhere.
It was
Gonna
actually
rip.
that... It was
Gonna
actually,
rip on this fat douche flute, yeah.
And I was just like,
Well, it was also that same
Does he drive a
game
Subaru?
I
where
don't know.
Spencer got, had disappointed someone else's father.
Oh, I was there for this.
Yes. You were actually there when said fat, hey, you guys want to see some clouds? You were like right in the group of
There's a lot of
people.
there's a lot of questionable people that day.
It was a weird day.
I didn't know that
It was
half
a
of them were with
really
us.
Weird day.
I kind of thought they were just people that bought seats,
No.
just happened to be next to us. And then
Well-
when they walked out with us, it was like, oh, wait, you were here with our group?
Well, the two people that I'm thinking of most, especially the one that was sitting directly behind me,
Right.
just kind of bought tickets from a friend of ours without that friend telling us that he wasn't going.
And if any of them are watching or
That was
listening,
Dan. Fuck you,
thanks
Dan,
for-
doing that. Shout out to Dan Marley. Just gave it to some other people. No, I think he told us like the day before. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going." And then Cringe's like, "Okay, well, try to find someone to buy the tickets." And then he messages in the group of people who are already going, saying, "Does anybody want to buy the tickets?" I'm like, Dan, everyone here's already going.
eating extra sofas for us, pal.
Dan's 0 for 2 for me.
Dan.
He
Oh, I know.
did that day, and then he's the one who caused the
Stopocalypse.
The Stofer 2018 fucking ruined my surprise party, and he didn't even show up. That was the worst part. He didn't even show up.
So, for those of you who aren't in the know, I think we might have talked about this beforehand.
Briefly.
Fucking
It
was still fresh then.
Episode. It was. Just like Stofers.
Dan's fault.
Yes.
All Dan's
Shibby
fault.
Shack, brought to you by Stofers. Not because we're sponsored, because we eat it. Anyway,
Sure.
you're saying.
Bingo. So, long story short,
Oh, bingo. You're right.
Corinne was planning a surprise party for Brian,
Matt, can you give me a water?
and our intern is actually getting us things. That's great. So Corinne was supplying setting up. Wow, I cannot talk today. Holy crap!
It's okay.
Holy crap!
Put
Moment
that
of
on the
research.
bingo board. Bob
Take-
flubs up words.
It's okay. Take 2. Go, Bob. You got this.
Okay. Round 2.
I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Round 2.
Means a lot.
Fight!
Anyway, Corinne was throwing a surprise party for Brian and set up a
Surprise.
Facebook group for all of our friends. Inside that group, she said, "Oh, we're gonna have some, some appetizers, some chip and dip, and all that kind of stuff.
She
and I'll
said-
be making Stouffer's
She said,
lasagna.
I'll have
among
other
things."
stuff there, but I know I have a Stouffer's lasagna because we
Yeah.
got that. Because when you go to ShopRite, and if you spend, I think it's like $300 or whatever at ShopRite, you get a choice of like a turkey, a lasagna, or something else.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
probably went with the turkey.
Well, we didn't need the turkey. We got the turkey for Thanksgiving, but we didn't need it.
Oh.
So we just got
Yeah,
lasagna.
because it was around.
What if we had to surprise Brian's Thanksgiving not surprised?
Well, a turkey takes a long fucking time to cook, and we already got the turkey once. So this other time we got a lasagna because we were like,
Oh,
we're
you
not
can't
gonna
get both
cook
again.
a fucking turkey.
Yeah,
for
well,
the party.
you can get it multiple times, but
Yeah, it was. We got. This is our
Cook the
second time
turkey
doing
like Stouffer's. Just put it in a microwave for a really long time.
This podcast is brought to you by. Which one is this? The
Star
Last
Wars?
Jedi.
Podcast is brought to you by everyone sitting at this table right now. We don't got sponsors. Help us. We don't got bits either.
Flip
but
is a madman. Help us, save us.
What's that from?
I was gonna say $10 if anyone can get that reference.
Flip is a madman, help us. Shrek? Nope. No. Flip is a madman, help us, save us.
Flip is a thing.
Was it Flip? I don't even remember the guy's name.
Or
It
Flip.
was like, dude, it was something. It was like,
I know the jingle.
like,
Da, da,
like
da,
it's a
da,
madman, help us,
save us.
Sounds
Sounds like a little doll.
You know what? I'm not even sure I even know where it's from. I think it was from
God
Spy Kids
damn
2. I want to say.
Yes.
Is it Spy Kids 2?
Yes,
Really?
it was.
I guess one was an animated movie.
I think it was.
I mean,
I'm
Spy Kids
I'm
is
pretty sure it was Spy
practically
Kids
animated.
2.
Yeah, 'cause
True, CGI.
I, you know what? Now that you said Spy Kids,
I'm just gonna
it's
try
coming back to
googling.
me.
Is a madman help us save us?
Because they were. Was it like some like cartoon maker guy who was like the evil villain?
yes. Was that the
And-
one where it turned everyone into thumb people?
I think
Or was
so.
that the third one?
Because they're like
Floop is
oh,
a madman. Yes.
Because they're like, oh, look at all the fun songs his people sing. And they're like, yeah, well, play it in reverse. And it's like them going up the slide. They're like, it was a madman, help us, save us.
I just found on YouTube someone did Trump is a madman, help us save us. We'll watch that one after the podcast. That's awesome.
Here, you know, I might be able to pull up the audio.
Oh, word. Are we allowed to use other people's
Maybe.
audio?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably.
We'll
Nah.
figure something
I
out.
poop.
Keep talking while I look it up.
We got 4 people watching. Odds are it's not the person that made it. Christy sent a message saying she's watching the podcast. Hi, Christy.
Christy, are you doing okay?
What's
Shout
that?
out to the Offspring.
What's that supposed?
The Offspring
Oh,
had a song called Christy, are you doing okay?
I don't remember that one. How'd that one go?
It was like, Christy, are you doing okay? It was like a rose that won't bloom. Winter's kept you. Yeah, the line that says, don't waste your whole life trying to get back what was taken away. And then
Your voice is beautiful.
And then everyone was like, haha, you won't get your virginity back.
Well,
Whoa.
sorry, Christy.
That was actually a very like sentimental song about like him reaching out to a girl
I thought
he
you
used to
spilt
know.
water. That cat toy sounded like water. I don't know why.
Sounds like a rain stick.
Well, guess what Rain Stick is based off of?
Cat toys, obviously.
Water!
All right, so I think I found the clip. Hopefully this
Did you?
this decides to work.
So we're not gonna be able to hear it, but everyone else can.
Basically. That was a man, help us save
Well,
us.
hopefully it's funny. Let us know in the chat how it sounds.
It's actually kind of terrifying.
Well, so was that movie.
Oh yeah, the whole movie's.
Well, this
Oh
was
yeah, they like
horrifying.
decode their faces and realize that they're like.
this was back
important,
when
like,
children's movies were
bureaucrats
all
or something.
semi-terrifying, like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's an ultra terrifying one, even with Johnny
They're
Depp.
like, oh, listen to them going down the slide. And then they go up the
Floop
slide.
is Madman, help us, save us. Okay, yeah, this is all coming back. Was this the original Spy Kids? Or did you just
Excuse me.
drink or throw water back into your
I
cup?
burped as I was drinking. That was Spy Kids 2, right?
Classy.
I believe so.
I know it wasn't 3 because 3 the
What a
sister was
strange reference to pull out of your ass.
Dude,
out of
I am
nowhere.
the king of the most obscure and strangest references in the world. I literally, the only bond I ever made with my roommate my junior year of college was because he randomly said, "You're very lucky," and I said, "Is that the reference of the guy from Star Fox 64 on the train level?" He's
You're
like,
very
"Yeah."
lucky.
I was like, "Nice."
Well, that's because Star Fox is one of the most quotable games of all time. And if you think differently, your opinion's wrong. The game is fantastic. Cocky little freak!
No, but it's just like, people always think of like, do a barrel roll, cocky little freak.
There's somebody going.
Like other shit. No one ever thinks of the fucking train level where the guy's like, step on the gas. You're very lucky.
This is
I
true.
really have to use this.
What was the pirate guy one on the ocean
Stop.
level?
Hit the brakes. Oh god, that was my favorite level.
I
know,
think
he
you
was
sh-
a landmaster and I hated it, but I loved that level because I loved that boss.
I love that guy. Yeah, no, the Landmaster sucked booty hole. Why you would ever want to get out of your aeroplane?
Granted, that level, that landmaster level wasn't as bad as some of the other ones. The worst one was the one where you had to get Slippy back. That level sucked.
Which one was that?
It's where you fight the guy who's like, destroy. And then Fox is
Oh.
like, what's he saying? He's saying destroy, Fox. It's pretty fucking clear.
Right, that one.
But
I also have the.
if you don't kill him fast enough, Slippy's like, I'll do it! And then he gets smacked into another planet.
I always forget
And he's
Slippy's
like,
a guy.
Slippy! And then it's like, oh, but Star Fox Andros is that way. He's like, I gotta get Slippy back. It's like, you don't really have
Man,
to.
we don't really got to get Slippy back.
I mean, you kind of do.
No.
He's pretty useful.
In what way?
You can't see the enemy's health if you don't have Slippy.
Well, then just shoot the shit out of him like he isn't even dying.
shibby out of him?
You shoot the shibby. Shoot the shot and
Stop fucking
shibby.
with my wallpapers. It's like a fucking child. I gotta, like,
We need a new intern.
Intern, you're
Anybody
fired.
want to be an intern?
We're offering an unpaid internship right now.
We'll pay you in lots of exposure. You could, in fact, we'll allow you to put our names on your resume.
And by exposure, we mean you can pretty much stand behind me every now and then and get us beers.
And giggle.
So yeah, so Slippy was at least helpful in that regard.
Yes.
Well, because the other two really didn't. Besides just dialogue, they didn't do anything for you.
Yes.
Falco was actually helpful for the first mission.
Knock it off, Fox.
If you don't save,
That was
if you
Peppy.
don't sell, no, it's Peppy. Yeah, Peppy says knock
Peppy.
it off.
I'm on
Falco,
your
He
side.
says, "Hey Einstein, I'm on your side." He's actually helpful because if you don't save him in the first mission, then you can't do the secret boss
This is true.
to go the
Fun
hard route.
facts that everybody knew with Brian Kelly. Except for the Slippy one. I forgot about that one.
But
fair,
that
I
one
didn't know
that
any
everybody
of these.
knew, as Spencer didn't
I
realize.
actually
what
never
the first
played
one
Star
was.
Fox in my life.
Really?
Yep.
How did you avoid that one?
You can play after
I've
this.
never had a N64. Ever.
We can play after this. I'll show you it.
Ow, that hurts me.
No. I went from NES to PS2.
Speaking
or
of
PS
N64,
PlayStation, PS1.
the last two times I went over our friend Steve Walter's house, our former guest, who was on here before.
Indeed. The pro wrestler who's going to take out the kangaroos.
Yeah.
Yes, the man who wants to punch a kangaroo.
Still don't think. I think he would get his ass whooped by a kangaroo, but
Oh, yeah.
regardless.
I would
You know,
watch that over.
I actually have a friend who is a pseudo
And it was like, tell me-
kangaroo expert,
I
and
Yo,
she says
finger
that
paint. Press A to shoot.
Bob,
Bob,
kangaroo will.
Bob, you're like that guy
stay up.
from Pawn Stars. He's like, I got a buddy who can do this.
I got a friend who.
I got a buddy who fights kangaroos on the side.
Did you see the memes after the old guy died?
Oh yeah, no, they're fantastic.
Oh my
love,
God.
I love the one of the Grim Reaper
I wanna
outside
live
the
till-
store. He's like, "Yeah, Rick and the guys called me over to see what the old man's soul's worth."
I saw one who was like, the old guy's like, I want to live to 100. And then Rick was like, the best I could do is 77. Dark humor is my favorite.
Oh, I love those.
May that
I
man
laughed
rest in
way
peace.
too hard when I saw that the first time because when I was younger, I used to love watching the show, like watch it with my parents all the time and everything.
I used to think it was legit.
Yeah,
Confession.
same.
I mean, everyone did at the start. People were like, "Oh, is this legit?" And then you're like, "Oh, no."
No, see, I should have known
It's
better.
a show on the History
I
Channel.
already proved to my parents how Big Brother wasn't an actual reality show. It was all staged and stuff, so they stopped watching that. But then I started watching Pawn Stars like it was totally legitimate.
Here's something I actually have like a problem with. I hate how people get so about people when they're like, "Oh, I like watching wrestling." Like, it's fake, right? Yeah, I do. You know what else is fake? Every fucking TV show you watch, asshole.
It's not called reality wrestling, though. It's just called wrestling. Like,
it's
this
just
is
called
called reality television. It's in the name of the genre.
Yeah. See,
But it's bullshit. Everyone knows. Everyone
Right.
knows
I get that
reality TV's bullshit.
all the
no one,
time.
no one at this point is.
How did
believing
that?
reality
How
TV.
did that get accepted, though? How did one day we were all just as a community, we're just like,
Because
meh.
you watch 5 seconds of it and you're like, "Yeah, this is staged."
Why are people still watching it then?
Because it's cheap, entertaining fun.
No.
It's,
I'll stick with my Vine compilations. Thank you very much.
it's basically junk food. Is
It's
what
yeah,
it boils down
It's
to.
guilty pleasure.
It's 100% junk food. You
No,
know it's garbage.
people can
but
enjoy
God,
things.
It's just so good.
It's eye masturbation.
Well, I mean, so is
Going back to
porn.
our-
Porn's kind of eye masturbation too. You just use a few more appendages.
well, I mean, yeah, but
You got to use your eyes for it, though. Although, do deaf people or deaf? Wow, take two.
Yeah.
Do blind people masturbate? What do they think of? If they never saw a woman, what do they think of?
that I actually had a question. What language do deaf people think in?
Spanish.
Do deaf people think?
I have no idea.
I'm sure they can think,
Do deaf
But they-
people think?
but I'm pretty sure. I guess they think in Braille. If they legitimately have never heard
If that's
a
the
word
case, if
spoken
they know
before.
Braille, they would know whatever language that Braille translates to.
Well, it's just like what
Well,
language
what
do
they
we
Is
think
Braille
of?
available in another language other than English?
No, I think Braille's just Braille. I think it's just the dots, and you put your finger on them. I
Like
don't.
if you're blind and deaf, like because you can't technically read in a certain language and you can't hear a certain language, Braille would be your only way to go. What language would you thinking?
Yeah, but there has to be at times that we're not even thinking language. I mean, like, right now, if you cognitively say to yourself, like, what am I thinking? Like, you hear that in English, but, like, when you're in the zone or when you're driving, you're not thinking about what you're thinking. Like, you are just thinking. You're not using a language. It's just happening in your head.
I know, but it's hard to imagine yourself processing information, like telling yourself to do things without putting it to words.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Like, so for example, it's like Helen Keller.
I know.
How did Helen Keller, like, think to do, like, what was she thinking when
she
like,
did eventually say water.
Oh, no, she eventually was able to say words or whatever, but she gave speeches and whatnot.
Well, what language does an infant think
Well, I'm
in?
sure
what does Lafayette the bird think in?
I'm
Infants-
sure
well,
she
I would
was
say-
thinking in whatever, just in terms of, okay, I know this is this. I don't think there's a, and again, I'm totally talking out of my ass here, but I don't think there's a language per se. But, I know that, this here is called pen. I
shit's a
want
marker.
this.
That'd be dry erase marker to be exact.
Whatever.
This is a pen.
Okay, fine. Let's use this as an example.
That'd be a ballpoint pen.
If you're watching us on Twitch, I'm holding a pen up right now. In
I
my
just looked
head,
at
this
Twitch
is
and there's a
pen.
delay, and I'm like, there's no pen in your hand.
But, this is a pen. So whoever it is thinking, okay, I just want this.
They do?
I don't know what the hell it's called.
I
just
want it. I want it. I want it.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
God, I want it.
Oh, what the fuck?
I want that pen.
I was going to say something and I completely forgot what it was.
We were talking about how people think without using language. Take your time. No rush.
Oh, I remember.
Got
Fuck
this.
it.
You don't remember? All right, cool.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
So the 4th of July happened. How did you guys celebrate America?
We
I went
blew
over-
shit up.
we
Did you?
we-
Oh, you went over Steve's?
Yep. Steve's blew up a lot of fireworks.
Did you? Did you get any mortars? Get the one that.
No, what was the good one?
Oh.
Oh my god.
The winner's circle?
Either Winter Circle or the Defender.
No, it was the Dominator.
Dominator.
The Dominator. But the winner's circle was better.
Did it come in
Yeah.
black leather?
It was black with a tiger on it. It was called. I think it was just called Dominate, but we called it the Dominator.
Yeah.
Well, I did America by strapping a flag to my bullshit car, and I learned that Home Depot porch flags do not like to go 80 miles an hour.
No, I think they're designed to sit out front of someone's house.
And
Well-
just enjoy a cool breeze. Just
Oh, it was an ultra cool breeze. Don't you get? See, usually I get like marine grade boat flags, but I got lazy this year, and Home Depot had the whole shebang ready to go for like $30. So it's like, I'll get that, please. But I kind of had to stop on the way there 5 times. One time actually because the bottom clip broke, so I had it held with a bungee cord down to the pole. But then the top clip broke. And so I looked back, and I just hear like the tingling of like the metal pieces.
I feel like
The
I
tingling.
feel like you could just say Spencer's car, a memoir, and in quotations, something broke. Just something broke. It's like, yeah, okay, that sums up all of Spencer's cars to a T.
what's that noise?
That wasn't supposed to happen.
I just ignored
a
it. Well,
memoir.
We'll see.
That's a new noise.
At first, I look up. I'm like, well, shit, I lost a flag. Not proud of it, but whatever had happened. So I'm driving, and I see in one of my mirrors, I just see a flag behind the car. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm dragging the American flag on the road.
On
Oh,
4th of
geez.
July.
On the 4th of July. Well, this was the 3rd on my way up to where
want-
celebrating.
I want to imagine like the national anthem playing with like Spencer's driving with the car and the flag's up. It's like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr," and then it's like the flag falls to the ground, it's like scraping the floor. It's like the shitty like recorder.
the shitty flute.
The shitty recorder's like.
I think blind people get laid more than Spencer. Thank you. Thank you, whoever the mysterious Levin's Jew is. I can only wonder.
Levin shoe.
It's something my cousin would say, but I don't know if he knows how to use the internet, so that definitely can't be him.
Oh, it's
But now I'm thinking about blind people having sex. Is that weird?
Slightly.
All right, whatever.
Hey man, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna kink shame whatever you're into. It's up to you. You know.
Didn't we look up like a few episodes ago about blind porn? Was that a thing we did?
No.
Well, they
Was
can't
someone else
have
we talk-
blind
Was that with you? I was
porn.
talking about blind porn. Yes, that was you and I were talking about this. I was talking about with intern Matt about blind porn. We were trying to see if that was like a legitimate thing.
Well,
And it is.
I mean,
Matt,
it's auditory, sure.
Matt, come on over here.
There's so much more I don't know about things.
Well, yeah, no.
You guys are making my dreams come through.
Get
Come
laid.
through.
Thank you, Levin's Jew.
But I got a buddy named Zane. We call him the Insane
Get on
Blind
that.
Boy Wonder, and Insane Zane, the Blind Boy Wonder, and the kid fucks. So,
I mean, yeah. Just because he's blind doesn't mean he doesn't have a
but then
penis.
why wouldn't there be porn for somebody that fucks?
Well, you can still hear
everybody that fucks
auditory.
has to have porn to get through the times in between when they're fucking.
I mean, unless you have like Morgan Freeman narrating what's happening in the porn.
dude, who would
And then he mounts the woman.
who would be a good porn
He
narrator?
then mounted the woman.
voice would
and
you want?
Who would
shoved it
be-
inside her
if
vagina,
I-
and she
if I-
screamed, "Yes, Daddy.
I
Give
envision
me
a John
some more."
Travolta type.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, yes, Daddy. That's the good stuff.
Thank you.
I like it like that. I like it like that. Yes, sir. May I have another?
Please, sir, may I have some more? Were you not here for that?
Actually,
Cool.
you know what? No. Because he actually did readings of 50 Shades of Grey. I would
Morgan
love-
Freeman?
No. Was it Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh,
I would love
fantastic.
if he narrated porn. That'd be great. And then he shoves it into her vagina. And she's going, "Oh, yes!
I feel like
Give me more! I love it when you give it to me like that.
I feel like
Oh, yes, Daddy! May I have another?"
yeah. You done?
He cupped my anus as he thrusted it into me.
What kind of porn do you watch, Brian?
Gilbert Gottfried reading porn.
I feel like that should be like an Xbox. That should be like an Xbox achievement, like being able to finish the Gilbert Gottfried narrating porn.
He
That's an
he did
achievement.
readings of 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, I'm
It
sure
was
he did.
fucking great.
Yes,
I
but
loved it.
he did that to be funny. He didn't do that because he was like, I have the sexiest
Oh
voice in the
no!
world.
Of course, no. He wasn't trying to do it to be sexy, but I'm sure there's somebody out
Oh,
there.
yo,
who's
Bob,
into it.
while you're in the fridge, you want to grab me a mirror?
I'm sure there's somebody out there
Thanks,
who's
babe.
just like, yes, I want to hear Gilbert Gottfried.
The
read
turd won't get you laid. Oh, sir, the turd attracts women. Questionable ones
It
at
just
that, but
doesn't
women
keep them.
nonetheless.
It just doesn't keep him around.
But the turd stays with me forever.
That's why I liked my intro for you.
Is that
for
called
shoot-
constipation?
Context matters, I guess. The turd is what my second car's nickname, if that hasn't been established.
Your second car, which is technically your first car.
It is my first car that I got when I was 16, but it's now not my primary vehicle. Is that a better term for you?
Labels.
Dude, circle frames are a good look on you, intern. I like that. As you rub yourself in
Looking
camera.
good, John Lennon.
Go away. Go away, intern.
You're banished again.
Begone. Farewell thee.
Oh, so what I wanted to talk about earlier, because I just looked over and reminded me. I've been playing a lot of Mario Golf lately.
Oh, I thought you looked at the sticker that said, I voted, that's on my computer. And I'm like, oh?
No, nothing to do with that.
Well, good for you, Brian. I'm glad you voted.
Well, yeah, I voted for the last presidential election. That was the last time I voted.
Gary Johnson, 20
Gary Johnson, 20 never.
20 whenever.
Mario Golf. Super into that as of recent. A lot of fun.
Super, into that.
I'm super into Mario Golf right now.
And
I played a bunch of like Steve's whenever it's the end of the night, and it's like I'm usually the last person there. We
spin.
just play Mario Golf, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot.
it's a
of fun,
decent
actually.
game.
It's
colorful. It's easy to play.
I'm
There's
into
no
it.
rush.
and we even started to play like the crazy modes that they do or whatever.
There are actually a lot of fun modes on there.
There's one where it's like a slot machine where it's like
All of
you
the
get
modes.
you get like a driver. It's like what you pick, and then the slot machine goes for like an iron, and then it's like
Yeah, it's like everyone starts off with
and
a
then
putter.
you're like approach.
I went
whatever
to
thing.
I actually went to a golf course for my job one time, and I was being chauffeured around by the head groundskeeper, and I had to ask him. I was like, "So is Caddyshack your favorite movie, or are you just sick of it at this point?" He's like, "Oh no, it's my favorite movie. I've been in this business for 33 years." I'm like, "Fantastic!" And then the entire time we just made
That's the
Caddyshack
best-
references.
That's the
Yep.
best. Also, when it's like you go to make a reference about something that somebody does for a living, and you like want to be like, "Do you like it?" And they're like, "Yeah, I do." It's the worst when you're like, "Huh?" And they're like, "No, I fucking hate it." It's like
That's just
"Alright."
how dare they show us like that? I was
I
like,
feel like it's-
he was actually validating the movie. The movie could have he was pretty much telling me that back in the day that movie could have been a damn near documentary.
I believe it.
It's awesome.
I believe it. I mean,
Right.
it's one of those things where
I should see that movie.
You've never seen Caddyshack?
No.
Dude, that's like the only movie I'll ever do the you've never seen of to, because I actually over the weekend I saw Jaws for the first time, the original one. But either way, dude, it's when I was little and when I saw that movie way too young, like Rodney Dangerfield, was the man I wanted to. I wanted to be that guy.
Did they made like 9 of those?
What?
Jaws.
They made 4. We looked it
They
up.
made like 9.
They made 4. I mean, we're not counting the third-party porn spin-offs for blind people, but other other ones, yeah, no, totally.
Hey, man.
That's like
you.
I was scrolling through the whatever cable I had at the time, if it was Optimum or Fios, whatever it was.
Cable
and I'm like
sucks.
going into like the Cinemax section at night and just seeing what the name of like the porno titles are, and it's just like Thick Mom's Gangbang 88, and I'm like, I haven't seen the
That's not
first
even-
87, man. How am I gonna keep up with the plot?
They could have. They could have at least tried to make a pun.
No, but it's just like I love how they're just like, we don't know. Big Mom's getting fucked 32. I'm just like, okay.
You know what? I think
You could have just changed it to like
they know that nobody's gonna.
Martha gets mauled.
Martha gets mauled.
I don't know.
I just see a woman on house arrest. Martha Stewart. It was gonna be a joke about Martha Stewart. I can't think of much more. But no, I think it's just one of those things where they realize that anyone who's actually in the mood to watch porn is not going to read through the description. So they just kind of took a clip of the description and boom, there's name. Maybe that's how the YouTubers got the idea. Why create a funny title when you could just put a part of the description in?
That's true.
Right?
That's a good point.
And if you think about it, the Twitchers are acting like cam girls now, apparently.
No, that's been a thing for a while.
Yeah, titty streamers are apparently a thing, but
Twitch.
And I'm all down for it. Like, I'm all cool with whatever
you do
anyone
you,
feels
man.
comfortable with their body. But we were watching someone. I don't even remember what her name was. Was it? What was it? Dance with a Wii remote or something?
It was Just Dance with a Joy-Con from the Switch.
It was awful.
Yeah,
Like, it was just plain terrible.
She was just dancing in short shorts and a low-cut shirt.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to make it as a
one of the things like Donation Daddy or something like that?
donation, yeah, you could be a donation daddy or the recent D. I don't remember what recent D was.
D and Donation Daddy, and all subscribers got her Snapchat.
you had to pay $10 to get it.
Right, you have to pay $10
Well, yeah,
to
subscribers on Twitch, you
subscribe.
have to pay to subscribe.
That's the best way to support your favorite Twitcher.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't want to be the donation daddy, you could be the subby hubby.
Is that what it was called?
No, but if future Twitch thoughts, that's all you, man. I ain't gonna take that one.
But yeah, the term Twitch thought. I mean, someone else may have said it, but I think it mostly got popularized when PewDiePie did his video where he did those eye tracking videos.
Right.
And some people were sending him stuff to react to, and somebody sent him just like a compilation of like hot girls on Twitch.
Right.
And so he was like trying to look away from like their boobs and butts. He's like, I will not be tempted by you Twitch thoughts. And then one of the girls from the video saw him do that and was like, I'm gonna copy strike PewDiePie or whatever. And then it turned.
Why
into
was
a
she the
whole
OG Twitch
thing.
thought?
I don't know, but she was so mad.
I'm offended.
She was so mad.
Well, I've actually been
someone
on-
said they don't want to watch
Because
me.
then
Well,
she
it's-
got her company that like
Company.
yeah, she's part of like a company
Oh
where
dang.
they own like all the Twitch thoughts and like do like their thing or whatever.
Only you can
And-
show cleavage.
And no, they
That's their motto.
they
It's like Smokey Bear.
they put
Titty
a
the Bear.
strike against PewDiePie
Titty
for
the
showing
Bear.
her
I like it.
content in her video. But she also had a video up of her just straight up watching PewDiePie's video, and I'm like,
Did he strike back?
No,
No,
'Cause
he's above that.
he's above that. So then, but he made a video where every time he said strike, he would go strike, and like a lightning sound would go. It was so good.
So, you know, where do you stand on that? Because I've actually been seeing like a few people have been sharing posts about like it's not fair to stigmatize sex workers. Like it's a legitimate position.
It is a legitimate position.
Yeah.
But
I have nothing wrong with people who want to use their body to make money.
no, me
There
neither.
is absolutely no shame in that whatsoever. If anything,
But by
I
using the
fucking-
Twitch-
if
the
I,
term-
I fucking wish if I was attractive enough that I could have sex with people for money, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Who wants
You kidding
to
me?
Who wants to be Brian's donation daddy? Come on.
Um,
We know one of the three if you're watching.
but no, like there
Want to.
was a whole video from Adam Ruins Everything about how like the West was made, and someone's like, I thought it was a lone cowboy who just did the West, and they're like, actually no, it's a bunch of prostitutes who just slept with a lot of dudes, got a lot
yeah.
of money, and started up schools, and then like,
They started civilization.
and then
Prostitution
there's, like,
started
they're like,
civilization in the Old
prostitutes?
West.
And I'm like, why is that an issue? if they could literally make money just by I don't know how they had sex with them, but if they just want to lay there while you plow them, they're just like, okay, cool, that's $100. I'd do that shit in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? That's the easiest $100 you can make.
I just feel like every position will always have a stigma though. Like,
hey,
unintended pun. I no, I just feel. I mean, like,
out to the-
nice.
what was the
shout out to what?
The $500 question from Shootin the Shibby. Sex positions. What was it like?
I don't
deck?
fucking know. I didn't know it then. I wouldn't know it
Outside deck or
now.
whatever it was called.
No, I just feel like every position, like the journalist will always have the snobby stigma. The blue collar worker will always have the dumb one because that's how it's portrayed in the sitcoms. The sex worker.
Jesus said you can't do that.
The sex worker will always have the I'm a loose person stigma, even though if you don't give money, they don't do anything. Believe it or not, be nice. And, podcasters will always have the I can't figure out anything else to do with my life, so I just sit in someone's basement and talk.
Hey, yeah, who does that?
You're right,
Losers.
nerds. I don't know. Some people just need to learn to laugh at themselves a little bit, man. Just own it. Have fun.
Well, yeah, that's another
I'm
thing.
sure it
that
gets
people are
old.
Just like, oh, you do porn, she must be loose as hell. It's like, no, she gets paid to fuck with that.
And actually, there's
She
lots
could
of
get paid a
there's
shit ton of money.
there's exercises that you can do to tighten things up amongst that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I
I
can
mean,
feel
I'd
my
love to get paid to
I
disappoint
can feel my
someone.
fedora growing on my head as we start respecting women even harder.
My lady.
My white armor's like clinging on to me. Just waiting for like the helmet to
The
come down. So I
white
can be like,
knight.
I am the white knight. Wait till this entire.
I guess the
this
more-
episode's gonna get uploaded to r/nice guys.
The awkward cringe starts at 35:42.
Oh my god, fucking.
Nice guys might
The
be one of my
word
favorite subs.
cringe has lost all meaning to me.
Yeah.
It
It
is
has lost all
the word
fucking
cringe
meaning.
is in itself cringe.
Because what was it? SGDQ was up recently.
I need to stop watching the Twitch because I'm watching us and Bob dancing. My bad.
SGDQ was recent. And
SG what?
SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick.
Oh, the
The
charity.
charity speedrun.
I almost said the
marathon.
chariot. Jesus. Get the white knight thing on my head. Yeah.
And so people like whenever something happens, there's always somebody who's just like, "This is so cringy." Ew. I'm like, shut up.
It's not cringe. It's for charity. They're raising money for Doctors Without
Really,
Borders.
charity. They're just having fun. There's like a guy who's like, his thing is that to show off the prizes. And so whenever he shows up prizes this year, he had like a shark with him. And he's like, "It's prize shark, rah," or whatever. People are like, "Oh my god, it's so cringy." I'm like, "Who gives a shit?"
They're having fun.
They're
I
having
used
fun.
to. I used to be that guy that would
Oh,
point
just
out the
have
cringe all the time.
fun, man.
I used to be the guy that point out cringy stuff, but at the same time, it's just like nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing anything wrong. They're just
Like the only cringy thing I ever seen from like a GDQ was there was a guy speedrunning, and there was a lady trying to tell like a heartfelt story about like her grandma or mama or something.
he's just like, yes, I
And, like-
defeated the boss.
And no, so he's like doing it. She's in the back and she's like knitting something, and she's talking about it. And she goes, "Can you stop playing for a second while I'm telling the story?" And then he's just like,
But
he just
but,
keeps,
but
like,
this is the
keeps
point
going,
of
and everyone just kind of like stops and looks around. I was like, "Ooh." I was like,
That's just-
that one's a little bit. I was like that.
Right.
That is cringy. Someone who's like running the event, just trying to have a good time. It's not cringy. You're just trying to have fun.
exactly. Who cares if they're using props from third grade? It's fine. We're having
just-
fun.
It's just
But what I liked about that Twitch stream too was they also made fun of like how some people could find it in cringy. They would just laugh at themselves. I
of
forgot.
course. Like they had that one bit where
Pausa, DJ Pausa.
DJ Pauza was one. There was a girl who was she's one of the announcers, and she was doing an interview, and the running joke for her is, "Where's your badge?" And the guy was like, "Oh, you don't have," or she made a pun, and someone came up and was like, "You're off the set. Plus, you don't even have a badge anyway." And she's like, "You know what? Comment section's right. GDQ doesn't let you have any fun." And then she walked away.
Comment section's right.
And so
As
that
I
was
look at the over
I was
to
like,
our-
yeah, like they're aware that like people like to say that shit about him, but it's like,
I must say though, some cringe is definitely warranted. So
I'm not saying cringe doesn't exist.
No, cringe does.
it obviously exists, but some of it is warranted. Where, watch any anime panel or any like video game panel like RTX or anything like that.
Dude, there's one
where people
go.
make. No, I know exactly. I think I know exactly which one you're talking about. Specifically in like the Minecraft community and things like that. Is that the one that you're
No,
that you're
I'm
talking
thinking
about?
of the one. It was an animation panel, And there was a guy who came up and he was trying to talk about shows he thought were like underrated, but he talked for like 10 minutes. And the panel's like, okay, thanks for your question. And then he just keeps talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what the show
Gotta
that I
crack
think is
out the,
overrated?
Gotta crack out the hook.
Star versus the Forces of Evil. And then he goes try to talk about that. And somebody from the crowd gets up, takes the mic and says, you're done. Your question's over. Shut up. And then just like throws the mic on the ground and walked away. And then someone on the panel just goes. I was like, I think that kid might have something wrong with him, but you could have done a little better, but okay.
Well, something similar to that is I was watching RTX or something like that. And there was a person who was standing there, and like he's clearly like the one person behind the person who's actually asking the questions, and he's just like staring at the camera and like making weird faces and getting super awkward, and I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah, there's
no.
those people will be at every convention.
Another guy
you
was
go to.
filleting.
They
the
do, but you know what?
microphone
Some people,
because he's trying to be funny. He's like, oh, hey guys, look at me. Oh, it's like,
There's those people who think that they're gonna get discovered.
look at me
Asking a question, they're gonna be like, "Wow, you're funny. You're hired right on the spot." And it's funny because like I went to back when I used to watch Rooster Teeth a lot. I used to go to their panels at PAX, and they did one where people would always come up and be like, "How do I get hired?" And they'd always be like, "Fuck you, that's how." Because they tell people all the time, if you want to get hired, go on the community site, make a bunch of videos, have people like those videos, and then eventually, when we need someone, we'll call you. Like that's how.
don't call us, we'll call you.
That's how
and
like
that's
how half of their staff got on there.
Still waiting for like 5 jobs from that. They'll call me though. They'll call me.
But there was one time I think it was for Ray, and for Jeremy and Matt when they got hired on. I was at the one where Ray got hired on. And Ray got up to the mic and he was just like, yo, so how do you guys get a job with you? And then Jeff's like, wow, no one's ever asked that before. Yeah, sure, you're hired. And he just came up and sat on the booth.
Did they actually?
Ray was a person they were going to hire.
Yeah, they'd already like discussed.
Yeah,
like,
they
hired.
were already like, you're hired.
That's fantastic.
But they had him. But he was already at the convention center, so they were just like, oh, go up to the mic and just ask if you want a job.
I think my favorite panel was I love panels at PAX, especially when you're tired as shit and hungover. Just sitting in a panel and just like letting people speak is great. It's away from the crowd.
How I learned about Twitch.
That's how I learned about Twitch. Another shout out to I'm Lost Empire. Thanks again for the Cheez-Its. But my favorite was
I also gave you Cheez-Its.
What happened?
I also gave you Cheez-Its.
Well, you didn't give me your
Thanks,
Twitch
Brian.
handle. You didn't give me your Twitch handle. So
You have
actually they were Corinne's Cheez-Its.
I bought them.
Well, they're still Corinne's. You bought them for her. Anyway.
I bought them for me, and she's welcome to have them.
Well, you're getting married, so that's how this all works.
I'm not married yet. I don't see a ring on this finger.
She didn't.
Not yet.
She didn't present you a ring yet. But so Stacked Up is an organization that it's ran by Army veterans, and they send video games overseas to our active military to help out, just with the environments that they have to live in. But they were talking about, the one guy was talking about how he met how he was communicating with his wife, and it was an old like Nokia cell phone, and he was talking in the Porta-John, and he dropped the phone, and guess where it went? Oh yes, and this was like a day before it gets trained, so it was stacked up. See what I did there?
Oh no!
But the dedication to the game. He took the phone. He grabbed the phone out.
Nope.
That's right. Yeah, he grabbed the phone out.
Nope.
Took it apart.
Nope.
Cleaned it up.
Nope.
And now they're married.
Nope.
No, that part did happen. Yes.
Nope.
Actually, all of it happened.
Nope.
Best panel. 10 out of 10. Then I did push-ups for them. And I failed miserably because I was hungover. Worth it. Got a T-shirt.
And then you took me to a panel that was just really depressing.
Oh, the psychology in video games.
The psychology and video game panel. You're like, come watch me. I was like, all right, fine. I was like, I'm tired. I just want to sit.
That's what panels
And
are
then-
for.
And then I went to this panel, and the guy's just like, you ever play games with child trafficking in them? And I'm like, all right. Come on, man.
Here we
He's
go.
just like, I deal with kids who've been touched, and I give them video games. I'm like, That's great and all, dude, but I'm tired.
It was actually a really heartwarming panel.
It was a nice panel, but it was just like,
The only thing that they couldn't, because I mean, it's not that I stumped them. It's just a very difficult question. But I was like, where do they stand on harassment in video games? Because on one end of the argument, people are getting harassed and they don't feel comfortable playing video games,
Mute
which
them.
sucks.
That's my thing about. I'm all about the some bullying. I'm like, yeah, it's within friends, it's fine. But if you don't know the person, you're shitting on them. Fuck you, leave them alone. But if it's online, just fucking mute them. There's a mute button.
There is.
That's why my favorite thing ever was just like, it was a tweet. It was just like, LMAO, how the fuck are people getting cyberbullied? Just close your eyes. And I'm like, well, there's a lot more that goes into it, but like, that's just funny. But if you're playing, what if I'm playing Overwatch and someone's cursing me out? Just fucking mute them. That's it. You know what? They're gone. Mute them, report them, and just say, I don't want to play with this person ever
Deport
again.
them. Done. Out of
Easy
here.
there, Trump.
Done. That's all you have to do.
Bill-
Report. Why
Bill-
you reported this person? I
Build
don't
the-
want to play with them ever again. They were mean to me. Done. Never.
Build the
never,
wall.
Never have to
Put them on the other
play with that
side.
guy again.
There you go.
I had
Never
a
see him
teammate
again.
who was a dick. Overwatch's new thing.
Dick mode.
It was just
My
like
That'd be
friend
great.
turns into a penis.
it's like restrict his teammate or something. Never to play with him again. That's it.
You won, Brian.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
that
like,
works.
haha, I want to show him, but like that's it.
I showed him.
I never. It's like that's how you deal with harassment in video games. Literally, just mute them, and you never have to play with them again.
What really pisses me off though is when you get harassed in video games and then you like harass back just to play along with it and then you get reported. That's shit. That's just not fair.
So our friend Steve, every time he plays Rocket League,
I can only imagine.
he's been banned from Rocket League so many goddamn times.
What does he say?
He actually gets chat banned now. Like he
What the
got
fuck does
chat
he
banned for 3 days, and they actually sent back a log of the shit he said. One of them was just, "LOL, you gay, kill yourself," and something else.
Dude, that's some dicey stuff, man. Once you start telling people to kill themselves, like
That's Rocket League. Rocket League is every time the other person scores, you just go kill yourself.
well, there's the other part of the argument though. Like, so is that now acceptable? Because what if a person really did kill themselves and then they look back at the records and they find that like you got yourself a sticky situation you're in now?
I don't think that is a credible enough.
I mean, it kind
attack.
of is though.
Not. I would not. I would be on the defense on that one. And say that is not. That would not hold up in court. I don't think a chat log from a game where you have no idea who each other are would be any sort of.
Dude, if you got like O.J. Simpson's lawyer, that could totally be credible. Like if you got someone to that, like the right lawyer can definitely make that credible. It's cyberbullying.
That's a
you
very
are
different
inciting
case.
someone to commit suicide.
They would have other. I feel like if we were playing each other and we didn't know each other,
Right.
and I told you KYS on a game and you ended up killing yourself, I feel like you would.
I would
have
kiss myself.
many other problems going on in your life that maybe my thing was just the thing that pushed you over the
Yeah,
edge.
you only just
But I don't think you could. I don't think a prosecutor could find a worthy enough case to go against me to say that I'm the one who caused you to kill yourself.
I actually was just trying to play video games to get by because I had some bad demons going on in my head, and someone told me to kill myself, and I say, you know what? That's it. It's done. Cool. Later.
I don't think that's worthy enough as a case against someone.
Well, I disagree. So, Bob, what do you think?
I think you're going to get in some dangerous fucking territory there. But yeah, Bob, go on.
Well, no, of course it's dangerous territory. I don't think... I'm okay with, like, a banter here and there, but you're telling someone to die.
Have you never played online games before?
Oh, I absolutely have. But so this is the premise of the legitimacy of all of the cyberbullying, like, people... Or anti-cyberbullying people. Like, this is where it all stems from, is circumstances like this. And I get it. At what point, if someone recognizes that they are mentally unwell, at what point is it their or is it their risk by going out? It's like walking outside.
Even if they don't realize that they're mentally unwell,
Right. Well,
they might just feel like I'm just in a funk. I'll get over it. I'll
So
get
then-
over it.
so
and then
then-
months go by, and then all of a sudden, you're feeling pretty shitty about yourself, and then this random person's like, oh, you're kind of a shitty person. You should go die.
So then what you're saying by your logic is that if I told someone I fucked their mom over the game and they didn't know who their dad were, that's enough of a case for me to
That's
get DNA
different,
test.
though.
No,
That's very different.
I don't see how that's different in my eyes. How is that
I hear
different?
I hear the libertarian screeching starting.
How is that different, though?
Because you can, that DNA testing, like, that's not inciting someone to die.
No,
That's
but then
not-
you could say, I think that person's my father. He said he fucked my mom. Because by your logic, in all reality, yes, what I'm saying is crazy about the mom thing, but by your logic, what somebody says online is worthy enough in a case, is what you're saying.
But it's not, by stating a fact and telling
And
you
in
to
a
do
not-
something is two different things. It is very, that's
Okay,
very
what if I
different.
said I'm going to fuck your mom, and then you're like, I want to report someone who's trying to rape my mom.
Get the camera out of here.
You're just on the hot seat. You don't know what to say.
I'm thinking.
Because that's the thing.
You're allowed to think on
'cause
live
here's the thing.
recordings.
Here's the thing. Once you
I get
start,
you.
once you start saying, "Oh, people who said mean things to me online are like the reason why I either did whatever to myself," and then you get a case against them, and that wins in a case, then anything anybody says, or if one day, like, if I just say, like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," then you're gonna be like, "This person's threatening me. They're gonna come kick the shit out of me." Then every single person who threatens you in a game can now be tried in a court.
Yeah, well,
of law.
that shouldn't be happening either. Like, to
In the
incite
real
violence.
In the real world, people should be able to determine the difference between a joke and a threat.
Well, see, because my thing is, in the real world,
But in
I'm in front of
today's
you.
world-
I'm in front of you. So if I told you, Bob, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, or I'm going to kill you, then I could see that more so being so, because I'm in front of you. I can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm just playing a game online and somebody says, like, I'm going to fucking kill you, I'm not afraid. No one's going to come find me.
I'm not afraid.
Not afraid.
Not
Take
afraid.
a stand. Everybody, come take my hand.
As we're singing for the person that's about to beat the shit out of you. I'm not afraid.
But I'm saying is, like, in that, because, like, you're bringing up a lot of precedents for future cases that anything anyone says can be taken literally online.
No, I get that. I it's just when it
Do
comes
I agree
to,
that people should tell people to kill themselves online? No, you probably shouldn't.
and
do
I
that.
also don't agree
But-
that if someone says I fucked your mom, that means that they are potentially your father. Although it'd be really dark if there was like father playing the son. It's like, haha, he'll never know.
He doesn't know being serious. But I'm just saying, you could open up for ridiculous ass cases like that. And then you get to the point where you're like, wow, this case is ridiculous. And
I
it's
think the
like,
major
well,
difference
you should've
is-
stopped it from the start.
I think the major difference is the defense doesn't exist anymore. It's dead. They died. They're done. They're dead. They killed themselves. Like, if someone's mom is involved or someone's
Okay.
father, or I said I'm going to beat you.
But there was other things going wrong with that person to lead him to that event. There had to be other things wrong. So what you're saying is the last person who did it is
Don't
guilty.
you Kathy Newman
not-
me, sir.
not the
Don't
bullshit all
don't so
before.
what you're saying is me, sir.
But what I'm saying is, if you had a dad,
I know what
who
you're
beat
saying. You don't need to say
if you had
it.
a dad who beats you, and then you're like, I'm gonna go play a game, and then someone on the game tells you to kill yourself, and you end up doing it. Are you gonna be more mad at the dad who beats the kid, or the guy online who just told him to kill himself?
Well, I don't know the dad that beats the kid exists, so I'm going to say the guy online. All I
No,
know is that
I'm
someone.
giving you an example of there is a guy Ted. His dad beats him. He is very depressed about that.
You fuck that dad.
His mom tells him that he's worthless. He's very down to the dumps on himself. He decides to play Rocket League online. I tell him, kill yourself on, like, as whatever. I'm just like, haha, you suck, KYS. And then he actually kills himself. Who is more in the wrong here? Me or this kid's parents?
No, the kid's parents.
Oh,
by
kid's
far.
parents,
Yes,
obviously.
nobody's going to argue.
But then what you're saying is that you can form a court case against the guy who told him to kill himself.
Of course you can.
No.
Absolutely can.
no.
You still can.
You can, but it's not going to go anywhere. I do not think in this American court system that would go anywhere.
If you can sue someone for sneezing on you, you can sue for anything, sir.
That's because you're physically doing something to them. You're physically sneezing. It's probably your germs or whatever disease you have onto them.
Dice E. Well, we're down to 2 viewers now. How much time do we got in?
We are about 50 minutes in.
Oh no, we gotta talk more.
Yeah, I
Also,
guess so.
we do have this video saved, yes?
I believe so.
Okay, I hope so.
we'll do
because
a
my
best of
computer
reel.
decided to shit its pants.
I was gonna
Like
say it
20 minutes into the episode.
doesn't really look like
Lose
it's
audio.
My computer won't record. I've been telling it to record. It's sitting here, thinks it's recording, but it's not.
I was gonna say it
Fine.
did look like it froze up.
It did.
Well,
20 minutes
We have
in.
some technical difficulties to deal with. So
But
why don't
hey,
we?
we're live.
Why don't we just? Why don't we sum this one up? Brian, what did?
keep going?
Yeah, we can keep
I
going.
What
got
do you
some
wanna-
stuff I want to talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got about 10
I
minutes
wouldn't have
left.
ranted
to
about
talk
people
about.
dying on the internet for 20 minutes then.
So I had a
It's called content. Look it up.
situation
That's good content.
this past weekend where I ordered a pizza. And
Not a pizza.
I ordered a pizza.
Is it the pizza for you and me?
I lost my card recently, so I went to Chase. Put in for a new card, and that'll come whenever. So right now, I just have an ATM card where I can just get cash out. That's all I can do. So I ordered
Sucks.
from Grubhub recently. Got pizza from a place, and I switched it to cash instead of my card. But it still asked me, how do you want to do tip? And I was like, okay, I guess I could just add in the tip, and then that'll be like in the final total when I pay him in cash. So I clicked I put the 15% tip there. And then I submitted the order and whatever. And I thought I had the correct amount, so when I gave it to him, and I said, and I wanted to make sure also, so when he got here, I gave him the money. It was like, I think the total was like $40.31 or something, like $40.31.
Right.
So I gave him $41, thinking that his tip was included in it. And because like the tax and tip or whatever was all included. So I gave it to him and I said, hey, is this enough? Wanted to make sure that, everything went through. And he just took the money and went, sure. And just walked away, screamed something. I couldn't understand what he was screaming. And just stomped away to his truck. And I looked at Corinne. I was like, what the fuck did I do wrong? And she goes, I don't know. I thought he said something about 10%. Like, I didn't even give him 10% tip, I think is what he said. So then I go, did the tip not go through? And I tried to look at my phone quick and realized the tip didn't go through.
Oh.
So I didn't give him any tip. So I felt like shit. So I grabbed a $5 that I had and tried to run out and meet him outside. And I was trying to be like, sir, I forgot the tip. He was already in his truck and he fucking sped out.
Oh.
Like he fucking zoomed out of here. I
thought
felt
he was gonna
so fucking bad. I was like, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I legitimately didn't know.
I thought it was going to turn into a tip joke. Okay.
No, I legitimately didn't know. So I was holding a $5. I was trying to wave him down, but he just fucking left. I was like, okay, I guess that where he's.
Well, good on him for the customer service to just say sure.
But he gave me like the sure, and he took the money and just fucking stormed out and screamed.
Well, yeah,
And
I
was
mean,
just like, what the fuck?
it sucks when you work and.
But no, it's like I get it. Like those tips are big, and I wanted to give him the tip. I always do tip. I usually tip on the card, so that I get the tips already on there, so I don't have to worry about it. So when I get my food, I just sign the receipt and they're off to go.
have
no
a nice
problem.
day.
But it was the first time I did it in cash, so I thought it was included on it, and I felt so bad. But it's like, I want to order from them again. And then whoever comes, be like, hey, I had a driver who I thought his tip was included and it wasn't. Can you give this to him? But I'm also afraid that the next food.
They're
That's
just going to
never gonna
pocket
happen.
it. They're
He's
just
gonna
going to pocket it.
That's never gonna happen.
How are they going to even know who the hell the driver was?
I remember his face, so I could give like.
Was
His
it
face was really angry.
Did you get a receipt?
I'm sure I have a receipt somewhere upstairs.
Look at the receipt. Typically, they might have the driver's name on the receipt and be like, "Hey, this is Frank's tip,"
So
or call.
whoever send them a picture of the top of my penis and be like, hey, you forgot your tip, wink. But no, I really felt bad. But what I'm afraid of is the next time I order from them is that they're gonna have like my address on the fucking wall. And
Blacklisted.
Next time I order, they're just gonna like dip their balls in
Quick,
the food. or
rub your
something,
balls in
like,
this
spit
pepperoni.
it, and
Are you
just
kidding?
be
That's
like,
the secret
"Here's your food."
ingredient.
So the next
It's because
time
of that vinegary
I would
taste.
order like something just like, because the reason why I love ordering for them is that they have no minimum for delivery. That's why they're like my favorite place to order from, because everyone else is like 15, 20. There's one that's a $30 minimum for delivery. I was like, fuck you. I was like refusing.
Dude, there's a pizza place in Hamilton that A, doesn't deliver, B, works awkward hours, and C, is cash only.
Whoever fucking buys from them. They must have the best fucking pizza in the world.
It was adequate at best. It was really adequate. Right? A pizza place.
What, is it the place right by the movie theater?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, don't. That place doesn't count.
And it was pricey. It was pricey. Well, apparently
it's good
the
pizza.
original.
It's really good pizza.
Was not.
The original was really good pizza.
It was okay.
This location, not great. My family doesn't go there for that reason.
I guess maybe I was pissed because I had to walk from my house to go get pizza.
Yeah.
But you're a pizza place. You don't deliver it? Like, all right. Awkward
That's
hours,
how you know you made it.
Awkward hours,
doesn't.
whatever.
See, that place
cash
doesn't.
only.
They're
Inconvenient,
not, I don't
but
count
fine.
them as a true pizza place because of that. Like, yeah, you're an Italian restaurant, blah 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 blah, whatever. But if you're called insert Italian names pizza, you should deliver.
I mean, if you're that established where it doesn't matter, that's
I'm at the
one
point,
less
I'm at
employee.
the point where if you're a restaurant, you should deliver. That's why DoorDash is so big.
Yeah.
If you're a steakhouse, you need to deliver.
Why not?
I'm sorry, what?
Speaking
Why
of
not?
food, I'm actually
That was
hungry.
why not. I'm also hungry. So is this a good reason to sum up the episode
Oh
then?
my God, Spencer just doesn't want to talk anymore.
I'm just really hungry.
Go get some food then.
I'm not gonna. By the time it's almost 9 o'clock. By the time we come back, it'll be over. And I'm like, damn it.
Order something.
Later. Indeed. Well, fine. What did you gentlemen have to talk about next?
Let's see. Oh, one of the things I just realized I already ranted about it. I want to shit on people like those like shitty videos of like there was something it was something I saw recently. Matt knows about this and Cringe knows because I saw a video about it was like 900 macaroons in a treasure chest.
Yes.
And it was like it was 200 macaroons for $900.
Yes, I saw.
I looked at that and I go, who the fuck is gonna buy that?
Macaroon enthusiast.
That is $4.50 per macaroon.
Why does any of this shit surprise you anymore?
did
It's
the
like the
math.
golden tipped buffalo wings. It's just
She did the math.
people just buy shit because it's expensive,
but first of
or
all-
they market it to be something amazing, so that way they get one person to buy their macaroons that I don't know cost $10 for them to make, and they made a killing on it.
But
Why
it's
is any of this that groundbreaking to you anymore?
But it's fucking infuriating to look at.
Why? No.
Why?
Same sentiment. Why do you care so much?
It's just who on Facebook is gonna look at this and be like, yes, I want to spend $900 on a fucking treasure chest of macaroons.
Maybe
Millennials.
I'm guessing.
Tell me a fucking millennial that's $900 a drop.
Avocado toast. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so figure would have a few million views on that video, maybe 100,000 views.
Whatever. Many
10 people bought that. That's 9,000.
Fine.
$9,000.
I knew one
Middle-aged
person
women.
who fucking bought that.
Middle-aged women.
I want
Find
to
anything.
go to what I think they're like a French bakery or some bullshit. I want to go there and be like, has anyone in the fucking world bought this?
I just want you to walk in and see 3 people with tables filled with macaroons.
This is the best meal I've had ever.
I want to sit there. I want to talk to the person who bought the $900 macaroon thing and be. I want to talk to them and be like,
I had to buy one for my butler.
what are you doing in your life where you're like, yes, I spent $900 on macaroons today.
I'm a vintage pencil connoisseur, and I buy and trade pencils.
Great. Thank you, every HDTV fucking meme ever.
I'm glad.
And
I
I'm glad
sharpen
that-
colored pencils, and my wife catches butterflies for an hour every day. Our budget's $1.5 million.
At least we know that's real TV.
Actually, it's not.
That was the joke, Bob.
Oh.
It was sarcasm.
No way. No fucking way, Bob.
He actually had a moment today where the joke went over his head. We have a group. We have a group text for PAX East, and one of my friends just sent a message today. Said, "Hey guys, I'm gonna look for the hotel today," and I was just like, "Smart doings, man." It's like, obviously, no, we don't know the dates yet. So then, and Spencer's like, "I'll lend a hand. Where do you want me to look?"
Well, that's
Spencer. We don't
you also have to.
don't
That's
know
Spencer being nice.
we
not
don't know
being
the dates
dumb.
yet. Like, it was clearly like it's just a joke. And
Also,
then-
our last hotel or our last place we stayed was BYO TV. So
it was a very awkwardly designed house. They had
plenty
a couch.
of outlets.
They had plenty of outlets
in the kitchen.
Never where you'd want them to be.
No.
So this guy had
God.
a couch and a table and a perfect spot for a TV. But the spot where the TV should have been, could not find a fucking outlet to save your life.
Nope.
We had to find an extension cord.
Also,
to then have that go into the kitchen, where the kitchen had probably 20 outlets.
also
Made no fucking sense.
shout out to the township of Cambridge, Massachusetts. You can go fuck yourself. There's not a single ounce of public parking. You have to park in a parking deck.
Oh yeah, no, we also got fucked with parking too. So yeah, we gotta.
But overall, it was a lot of fun.
Do better with.
Overall, it was a lot of fun. We had a fun time.
We had a fun time, but we went to a bar, and I don't think we ever told this story. We went to a bar, and we were just talking with like some of the locals there, and so we were just trying to have like fun. We're like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "Oh, we're here for a game convention." "Oh, that's cool." And we talked to some other people, and they're like, "Oh, haha, we're doing this," and like, "Oh, we're doing this," and then like somebody else sat down, and I think it was a she. It was a she. And she looked like she was straight.
Just assume her gender.
I did. I did. Start up the machine. And
Reese's Puffs. The Puffs.
The Puffs. Those are great. So I think it was a girl, and she looked like she came straight out of a My Chemical Romance video. Like fucking raccoon eyes, black lipstick, black lipstick. It was in her teeth.
Yellow teeth.
And yellow teeth. And she didn't look good at all either. And
She didn't look healthy. It wasn't even about shaming her physical appearance. She flat out looked like she just was not healthy.
She looked dirty.
She was anemic.
But here's the thing. There's a reason why we're saying this too, because then I forgot how the conversation.
Because we only describe people we like this.
I was trying to figure out. I forgot how we engaged conversation with this person.
We were having an open conversation
with everyone at the bar, and then we were like, "Oh, do you like video games too?" And then they just look at us and they're like, "No, I like to get laid."
And we just looked at her, and it wasn't even like we were offended. We were just like, "Why?"
We're like,
we opened the conversation to you.
Just
and
trying to be nice people. Like,
it was almost like she was a video game troll just in real life, but we reacted to her just like you should for video game trolls. Just why?
It was just like,
why?
Right.
Why?
Like we just shrugged off. We're like, okay, whatever, fuck you.
Yeah, we looked the other
way. And then we
just
continued talking to the people who were nice, and just. Guy next to it, I don't think he played a video game in his life. Didn't give a shit, but he just enjoyed talking to us.
Just a nice conversation.
Just conversation between people.
Bunch of dudes fucking around at the bar, you know?
Yeah, we talked to two girls. They were talking about some guy that
wasn't us.
Was sending dick pics to her or something through Tinder.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, we were talking. Oh,
yeah, we were talking about these
yes, because that was back when I was more active on Tinder.
We were talking to these 2 or 3 girls who were like, I got a dick pic from Tim on Tinder, blah, 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 blah. And we were talking about that or whatever. And the guy next to us seemed very intrigued by that conversation, too. He was a little weird. Yeah, like as soon as the dick pics came in, he was like, I was like, hey. Yeah, he was very much so like brainy from Hey Arnold as soon as that happened. So that was so we were talking to them, and like those people, cool to talk to, had a fun conversation. And then they're like, "What are you doing here?" "We're here for a video game convention." "Oh, that's cool."
Fucking nerds.
I think I played Donkey Kong back in the day. It's like, okay. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Donkey Kong.
Well, actually, that was called Jumpman.
The game was called Donkey Kong.
Oh, for fuck! Just fuck off. Just let me have this.
And we were just like, hey, whatever. And then that's what we prompted, like, oh, do you play video games? No, I like to get laid. Okay, I get laid too, but yes,
must be
because
nice.
I picked up a controller.
I used to.
Means that my dick has fallen off and I have the inability to get laid now.
Oh, Levins Jew, if you were here right now, man, you missed a good opportunity.
And then the last thing I had to bring up was, as you can see on my computer, I got some fun wallpapers. Shout out to Wallpaper Engine.
You had to bring that one up on the podcast?
There was something I wanted to talk about. It was cool. I got
anything else? Anything else about the wallpapers?
It plays music.
The wallpaper. Take 2. Wallpapers.
Take 3 at that point.
Take fuck you. Wallpapers play music.
Little dancing cats. Neko March on YouTube for anyone who wants to look that up. There's music that plays that I just muted my computer.
Cats aren't cute.
Don't play the music.
Don't play the music. Also, cats
people
suck.
Can look it up because I'm pretty sure that's actually copyrighted.
Yeah.
That has like a bajillion views on YouTube. So
a whole bajillion?
Yeah, a whole bajillion.
Ooh, Bob, I see a Tinder notification over there.
I was playing a pillow song because I have an FLCL wallpaper.
I did not miss it. I heard it.
You didn't comment on it.
I thought that we just assumed that we knew each other's pillows knowledge, which we are seeing this week.
We are seeing them also this Thursday. We're going to go see the pillows
Yeah.
in New York City. Hype
Hype
as fuck for that.
It's on a
sounds
Thursday. You're welcome to join if you want to grab a ticket.
I don't think
need
you can. I
money.
think it's sold out by now.
Well,
sold
win-win.
out. They sold
it's
out
sold out
within,
and
like,
you
the
need money.
day.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they have a Friday show, too, now. They announced a Friday
Probably
show.
sold out as well.
Oh, it's definitely sold out. I think they announced 2 shows just because of that reason.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we end
So
now?
what did we learn?
There it is.
Spencer wants to leave. That's what I learned today. Spencer doesn't want to talk to us anymore. He's sick of us.
I'm going to start my own solo podcast.
Going solo?
Absolutely. Just going to sit there and talk and stare right at the camera just like this. How's everyone doing tonight? How's your day going? I had things happen to me today. They're kind of interesting a little bit. I'm still waiting for the Twitch delay just because I kind of want to see what this looks like. But this is good content.
Looking?
Yes.
Great.
I want to look at myself in the Twitch. There it is.
Wow.
You're staring at yourself.
So riveting.
Yeah, I didn't have time to
Wow.
shave today.
Man.
Neither
Aren't you
did
glad
you.
we did this?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Aren't you glad I didn't say kill yourself?
Well, I learned that you guys have very differing opinions on
Killing
cyberbullying
yourself?
in video games.
Spencer and I have different opinions on things? Wow.
No, never.
happened.
I don't want people to die. You want people to do meth. You know, it's cool. It's whatever.
That's
Yep, that's it. That's all you got.
That's fine. Spencer says that it's okay to rape people. I forgot. I forgot what the context was when we were talking about this. And I was like, fine. I'm gonna take the drastic measures of yours.
no.
Spencer says it's okay to rape.
You kind of, no. If anything, the argument would have been Spencer says that if somebody says I raped your mom on the internet, they definitely raped your mom in real life.
No,
that would be
no,
a straw
I
man.
forgot.
Yeah,
No,
nope, that would be the straw man.
We went to your ex lover.
I learned that Brian can't comprehend basic arguments. Bob, what'd you learn?
I already said it.
Well,
learned that
You guys have different.
Spencer's
Literally,
memory-
what I said started this whole argument.
I learned that Spencer can't remember jack shit. I'm gonna call my mom a nice lady one day. Bob, end the episode.
I was about to say it's no. Fuck you, people.
Don't forget to like us on-
Bye.
Like us on Facebook. Follow
not
us
done
on
yet.
Instagram at Shibby Shack Official. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe, like, and do all of those other things. We're on Spotify. Shout out to Crafter's Quest. You can follow her on Instagram. Check her out on Etsy. She'll maybe be
Probably
here next
not.
week. I don't know. Who knows?
They're waiting
But we'll
for
have
Kevin to
that.
record music.
And we'll have a whole lot more other
mention
fun
DJ
stuff.
Quads?
Yes, check out DJ Quads. They're awesome
I like
intro
you.
and outro music. Good night, everybody.
I like to. I like to.